tell us where you are joining us from. You can go to the chat room. You tell us where you are joining us from. Just please do that for us quickly in the chat room.
What would you like me to do?
Okay, so we have Meshach joining us from Nigeria, from Ekoma. Wonderful. We have Wisdom from Ashaiman. That's great. We have Steph from Ekume, equally in Nigeria. We have Christopher joining us from Tema, Ghana. Wow. So let's see, currently we are 20. What is the highest number of representatives from a country? And today, definitely, Mr. Victory, we will settle the jollof beats, you know, at the end of the session. We have to settle that beef.
Okay.
All right, so we have Jomba from Ashaiman. We have Deborah from Nigeria. That's great. We are starting in the next 1 minute. We have Janet from Ghana. Janet, how are you doing? We have Esther from Nigeria. So Janet, Esther, Ghana, Nigeria. That's great. We have Divine from Nigeria. I think we have more Nigerians than Ghanaians here now. Is that my people? Is that what you want to do to me? We have Marigold. Marigold, how are you doing? From Ghana, from Lakeside. I think my people are coming in. Okay, I want to read one or two. Tell us where you're joining us from. Where are you currently joining us from? We have Anna from Nigeria, Edo State. That's great. All right, thank you so much. It's 6:32 and we have to kickstart. Now, the issue of discussion today is on effective classroom management. This time around, we have changed the narrative. The narrative of where a trainer gets in, use 1 hour or 2 hours to talk about classroom management, and yet maybe such discussion doesn't target your class experience. So this time around, we want to change the narrative of training, where it's more or less like, let's talk. What at all is your challenge? Give us your practical, challenging classroom experience. What are you doing? What can be done? Then the experts that are available will talk to you. So today I have with me here Mr. Victory from Nigeria. He is a convener of Teachers Development Network and an experienced lecturer equally. He has engaged so many schools, so many teachers, and so many students from various parts of the world. And he's here to engage us for a very quick discussion. Now, he will just have a few minutes to talk to us. Then right after that discussion, we'll have an open forum. As I said earlier, we are not here to pour experiences and strategies that are not feasible in your classroom. We are here to get to know your challenging scenarios and how do we, contribute to support you. Now, there will be certificate of participation provided you stay throughout the session. This session is being recorded, and every minute you spend here, Zoom will give us the indication of time. If you spend less than, within 1 hour, 20 minutes or 1 hour, we'll close. But if you don't spend more than 40 minutes, or if you don't end with us, please, you will not get your certificate. So stay with us. We know network challenge can be there, but anytime you bounce out, try as much as possible to join us. All right, so Mr. Victory, I present to you dedicated teachers who are ready to change the narrative of their classroom. Please, you can go on.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Michael. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you, everybody. Good evening. My name is Victory Omokumio from Nigeria. I'm a teacher and a teacher trainer. I welcome you to this very brief section. Like Mr. Michael have said, we are not going to be bothering you with so much talks and theories of for 2 hours or no. It's a very brief training. The topic this evening we have before us is on effective classroom management. Effective classroom management. Now, why are we looking at this topic? It's a fact that you as a teacher, whatever goes on, whatever successes you achieve, whatever failures you achieve, depends on what goes on at the battleground. The battleground for learning is in the classroom, at least as at today. That is where we draw the line. That is where the learner and the coach, the facilitator, the teacher, that is where they meet. And it is important that we get it right at that common ground where we both meet. Now, there are so many theories, so many fundamentals, so many policies. This is how to manage your classroom. This is how it's been done in Ghana. This is what is happening in Nigeria. Oh, those in Cameroon, this is how they do theirs. Those in the US, in Canada, this is how they do their own. But we want to look at our context. What is practicable for us? How do we do it? Now, every principle that's going to be shared here, it's research proven. We've carried out research in at least all the countries of West Africa. And these these principles are proven. And of course, by extension, it's workable in every line if properly adapted. Now we're going to look at the strategies for creating a positive learning environment. Now understand what I said earlier. Whatever goes on in our classroom, whatever we achieve at the end of the day depends on what we do inside the classroom, because that is the battleground for our engagement. Please, if at any point in time you can hear me, put it in the chat box. Mr. Michael is there. He will be able to get it fixed. Now, let's quickly get on to work. What are the principles? I just have 3 principles to share with you this evening, very briefly. Number 1 is the principle of trust. Now, for you to be able to manage your class very well, in fact, for me to be able to manage you, I must trust you. You must trust me. Can you imagine you committing yourself to somebody you don't trust? If you come into marriage, you cannot even commit yourself in marriage when there is no trust. So marriage is built on, very importantly, the foundation of trust. So that's what we're talking about. Number 1 is the principle of trust. Number 2, the principle of community management. The principle of community management. Number 3, the principle of learning stimulating environment. Learning stimulating environment. If your environment is not learning stimulating, then you may have serious challenge in managing that particular environment. Now, a very big question comes to you right now. Why do you have to manage your class? Why do you have to manage your class? There are 3 reasons why you should manage your class. You have to manage your classroom as a teacher so as you're able to enhance focus. You're able to reduce disruptions. And of course, you are able to optimize use of time. If you are able to optimize time, you are able to optimize, you cut down, you reduce wastage of time, you reduce disruptions in your classroom, you enhance their focus. Achieving these 3 goals, you see that you're able to communicate better and achieve better results. Now, as a teacher, amongst other things you come across with, like I said earlier, number 1 principle, like I said earlier, is the principle of trust. The core driver for any classroom is trust. Every relationship is built on trust. It's just simply the confidence the learner has in you as a teacher. That's 1. The confidence the learner has in another learner. So we as teachers should begin to take responsibilities. Why am I not able to manage this class? Is it because these students, they don't even trust me? They feel my teacher doesn't know what to do. That's one way. Another thing again could be maybe they don't trust themselves. Peter doesn't trust John. Andrew doesn't trust Janet. A doesn't trust B. So when there is no trust among the students and between students and teachers, then you are going to have a challenge. So that is one principle you must not forget. You cannot achieve goals, the goal of managing your classroom, if your learner do not trust you. Now you have to understand that trust is built. Trust is not bought. Trust is built. Please, I want you to be active. I want you to please put that in the comment section. Note it down. Trust is not bought, but trust is built. Put it there. Let me ensure that we are engaging. I'm not just here talking alone. Trust is not bought. Trust is built. Let me see the first person. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I have serious engagement. You don't buy it. You build it. Now, anybody who knows anything about building will understand that building takes time. Building is not just overnight. And this is exactly one reason why it is not good to change teachers too often. Because before teacher A will build trust, it will take time. And maybe the time is just about settling down. Boom, it's up. It's up again. Now, a secret of building that trust is by consistency in character. How do you build trust? You build trust by having a consistent character until you are able to, your character today, tomorrow, 1 week time is the same over and again. Then you are able to build trust. You begin to build trust. That is one ingredient. That is one indispensable factor in building trust. The learner today watch you more than they listen to you. Funny enough, a learner today in your classroom, for those of you who will be teachers soon, a learner today watches you more than they listen to you. They are more of how you are doing it than what you are telling them to do. They are more of what you are doing than what you are telling them to do. So it is very important you set blazing examples for the children. In the journey of classroom management, trust is not built by telling the learners to do what you say. It's built by telling the learner to do what you do. It's very important. You build trust. You don't buy it. You don't just command trust. You don't hush them into trusting you. You don't coerce them to trust you. You build it. It's built. Now, like I said, the second principle is the principle of community management. Community management. Now, of course, your ability to manage the classroom. This principle focuses on people management. It is setting the pace. You as a teacher must be in control. You must be the leader. Remember, I told us in one of the trainings we had, for those of you who were there, probably those from Nigeria and here, every single human endeavor rise and fall on leadership. I'll repeat that again. Please write it down. Every single human endeavor rise and fall on leadership. As a teacher in that classroom, what leadership are you giving the children? What are you giving them? What leadership are you giving them? Are you setting a pace, or you are allowing a laissez-faire style? Are you setting the pace for learning? It is very important. Now, the pace for learning to interact with respect, you must set it. Respect with tolerance, and of course, mutual understanding is very important. These are three indispensable ingredients in building relationship, in building communities. Number one, I say respect, tolerance, and mutual understanding. You don't force people, you don't conscript people, you don't coerce people into, buying into you. No, there must be, respect, tolerance, and mutual understanding. Now, this principle is key to achieving a classroom management. It's very important. Now, one of the major ingredients, another major ingredient of achieving, classroom management as regarding, community management, it's each member of that community having a sense of belonging. Please take note of this very good secret. How much are they involved in your classroom activities? Do you have favorites? Do you have people oh, these are my favorites in the classroom? Do you select some and keep some aside? Now, another aspect worth mentioning is that behavioral outcome must be a joint effort of both teachers and students and learners. So it is not about the teacher. No, it's a joint effort. It's a concerted effort between you, the learner, and between the learner, of course, and the teacher. So there must be an understanding. between both parties. It is important that teachers do not lord rules over learners, but guide them in creating behavioral outcome in the classroom. That is very important. As a teacher, you don't just lord rules. You come to class today, 10 commandments, 5 commandments, and you write it on the board for them. No, it doesn't work like that. Involve them. Let them have a sense of belonging. Let them contribute to what you're doing. Number 3, quickly, the principle of learning stimulated classroom. Now ask yourself, in your absence, can those children learn anything in that classroom? If you are absent from that classroom and those children cannot learn at all until you are present, then that classroom is not learning stimulating. Yes. This principle emphasizes the need to ensure that your classroom is an embodiment of inspiration. You will say, well, my school, we don't have money to put paintings and charts and letterings around. How about diagrams? How about you doing drawings, getting some children who can draw on chalk on cardboards? There should be something in the classroom that should inspire the children to learn, even in your absence. From classroom walls to classroom arrangement to sitting arrangement, everything, listen to this word, must be intentional. As a teacher, you must be intentional. Learning is intentional. You sitting in this room this evening, listening to me, you were intentional. Some of you, about a week, you took the decision that you will be here today. Some of you are supposed to have some other engagement. But it's unfortunate today, many teachers are not intentional. You just allow things to go their way. No, it doesn't work like that. How intentional about you to inspire your learners? What are you doing to what deliberate steps are you taking to inspire them? Please underline that word and put it as your goal that you must be intentional in everything you do in your classroom. Very important. So another key is to pay attention to is that a classroom learning key environment that inspire people. Your environment must be such that inspire people. Now, what are the components of classroom management? Components of classroom management. There are 5 components I want to quickly talk about. Number 1, safe environments. Safe environments. If your children don't feel safe, in your classroom, you will lose them. You will lose their attention. You will lose them. You will not be able to get the children to learn anything at all. So you must get these children into a safe environment. Number 2, okay, sorry. Number 1, safe environment. Number 2, behavior monitoring. Now, I used to get not too happy with some teachers that don't tend to take care of their children. They don't even know their students. They don't even know them. You must continuously observe these children and address behaviors. You nip them in the bud as you are seeing them. You don't postpone them. Now, let me tell you something. When you delay addressing an issue, you've actually denied others from learning from that issue. Because the weight it's carried now as you're addressing it, will not be the same weight we carry tomorrow, next tomorrow. So always nip issues in the bud as you are seeing them. Reinforce positive behaviors, and of course, kind of condemn negative behavior, rebuke negative behavior, and correct negative behavior. Number 3 is time maximization. Please, enough of the days where you spend 50 minutes, 2 hours teaching just one thing. No, you must ensure you maximize time. Just focus on time, maximize it. This is another component. Another component is consequences. Hey, your classroom must not be a laissez-faire. There must be consequences. Now, consequences is not just, punishment. No, it's two-way. What are the consequences for positive behavior? Do you have any? What are the consequences for negative behavior? Do you have any? So if a child have positive behavior, there should be consequences. If a child have negative behavior, there should be consequences. So your classroom must have consequences. Finally, your classroom must promote collaboration, not competing, please. There should be no competition. It should be collaboration. This is where the 21st century is going to. Encourage teamwork, reduce conflicts, foster collaboration, within a classroom environment. Are you following me at all? Please drop something in the comment section. If you're learning something, just type something in the comment section. Let me be sure that you're following me. I'm wrapping up in a GV. I'm wrapping up in a GV. Okay, thank you, thank you. I can see your comment. Thank you. Now, what is classroom not? What does classroom management not entails? You know, somebody said, my class is always silent. Hey, does silence amount to learning? No. You know, there was a video I wanted to show you, but time failed me. You can even watch it online. Many of you might have seen the video of a parent, a woman actually. She had the children were making noise in the room, and she was just okay. They were shouting, hitting themselves, crying. She was okay. She didn't move. Immediately, the room became quiet. She jumped out of her chair. How many of you have seen that video or have experienced that? Like the student, the children. So it's not about silence. My classroom is so silent. No, silence doesn't amount to learning. No, it doesn't amount to learning. So you understand? Yes, it's real. I've seen them. So immediately you see these children quiet, it doesn't mean they are learning. So what amounts to learning is not silence in the classroom. Your classroom can be silent and yet they are not learning anything. They are making noise. Yeah, they are not learning, rather. Number two, good behavior alone does not amount to classroom management. Have you not seen students who are very good behaviored? They are well mannered, but yet they are not academically sound. They are not learning anything in the classroom. So good behavior alone does not amount to being able to manage your classroom and of course translate into learning. Number three, rules and consequences alone does not. Having rules without implementing, what is the essence of having the rules? Now, benefit of classroom management. When you manage your classroom very well, what are the benefits you stand to gain? Number one, you maximize learning time. You're able to be more focused. You're able to be more productive. Your lessons yield more results. You don't just waste time telling stories. No, you promote effective communication, better teacher-student communication, and better student-student communication. You promote it. Tips for an orderly, respectful classroom. What are some of the tips? Like I said earlier, set clear expectations and goals that easily understand. Use positive reinforcement. Of course, implement reward system. Engage parents. Engage parents. Talk to parents. When you see you are unable to get these children under control, involve their parents. It will also help you. Then, of course, you you use technology. Use technology to also get these children engaged. Key elements of an effective classroom environment, I've said it before, well-structured environments, effective time management, positive student behavior, active learner engagement. Now, what are the components of a learning environment? Now, just look at this quote. I'll be wrapping up shortly now. Look at this quote. According to James Comer, every interaction in a school, with every interaction in a school, we are either building culture or we are destroying it. So just imagine your classroom, how many culture you have built and how many more you have destroyed. So you should come to a point where you are able to now see that you are building culture by ensuring that you are putting up positive, learning environments in your classroom. All right, from safe, conducive learning environment, we have said it again, a model classroom. What is a model classroom? What is that classroom that you can say this is a model one? I said everything we are telling you is research-based. A model classroom is one where students are actively engaged in the learning process. That is one, actively engaged. Very key part of it. Number two, where teachers are equipped with the necessary tools and resources to support students' growth and development. You must be able to support students' growth. There should be that support system on ground. Number three, academic excellence and creativity is promoted. This is what you can say is a model classroom. The question comes to you, you need to think, is your classroom one? How do I know my classroom is one? Sorry, the picture covered my slide. You see collaboration, you see communication, you see critical thinking. These are three things I will see in my classroom. Collaboration, there's no competition. There is teamwork, communication, there is clarity. Each person knows what the other one is saying. There's no misinterpretation. Then critical thinking. You don't just ask questions and somebody jumps up and throws a nothing answer. No. Any answer to your question as a teacher from the student must be so that the students are thinking critically. They will think through it before they give an answer. Thank you for listening. Do you have any question? Thank you, Mr. Michael. I'm done. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your time. You can drop them in the chat box. You can drop them in the chat box so that we can take the question. Mr. Michael. Please, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself now. If you have any question, maybe Mr. Michael can coordinate.
Yes, Mr. Victory, I think because you were the host, my microphone was muted.
Sorry.
Yes. Thank you so much for such an engaging, and in fact, I've learned a lot. My book here is full. I've learned a lot. And I have some 3 key elements that I want to consider as my takeaway. And I know our participants here are equally full and equally, have written a lot of things that they need to take away. Now, you said something that was so thought-provoking. A silent class is not an indicator of an effective teaching and learning. That is quite deep.
Yeah.
So definitely a noisy class is not a sign that a teacher is not performing.
Yeah, correct. You're correct. You're correct.
So if our school leaders are judging us based on how silent a class is, then they have missed out on their supervision role.
You're correct.
And also, you said another thing. I'm retweeting this for our participants to understand that.
Very important.
These things you said are very powerful. Sometimes when we engage people at training, I tell them, don't go out with 10 items. Don't walk out with 10 to-do lists. Don't walk out with 20 items to-do lists. If this meeting ends and you are going out with one agenda or one takeaway, it's enough. It's a success story for us.
Yeah.
You equally said this, that good behavior is not a sign of effective classroom. Good behavior is not classroom management. Yes.
At all.
Sometimes I tell teachers, if I come for supervision and I come and meet your class so quiet, you have failed me.
Yeah.
You have failed me.
You're correct.
Now, you said something again. You said, what the student do in your absence. And that even triggered what Maria Montessori said.
Yeah.
That a school teacher is when in your absence, your learners behave as if you don't exist. So even in your absence, the system is working.
You're correct.
Now, if you should walk out of your classroom or if you are absent a day, does that mean that your class will go banana, or how will your class be? So what structures are you leaving in place? What are the principles and things that you are leaving in your classroom? Now, when we call for classroom management training like this, people think that they are learning for their school, or people think that, oh, what am I even learning for? After all, teaching is not my field. Yes, we know some of you came into the teaching field with a mindset of living 1 year. How far? It's been 5 years. What are you still doing in the classroom?
That's deep.
Yes. So provided we have a change of mindset, that look, the time has come. Let me learn to do better at what I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say that, look, no matter who you are, even a medical doctor is a teacher.
You're correct.
Go to the medical school. They are medical doctors, but they are lecturers. Go to the churches. The pastor is a teacher. So teaching is the first profession of everyone.
Yeah.
You can't run away from it. Then you said that don't lord over them, but be their guide.
Yeah.
You know, the traditional system of teaching and learning has always been master-student relationship. Has always been, I am the boss, you are the learners.
Doesn't work.
Has always been, I know it all. But Mr. Victory, let me tell you my story. Do you know when I felt so low as a teacher? I say this every day. 5 years ago, when I was in a classroom, I went into a classroom to teach. So I went in with a projector, connected my projector, fixed with a laptop. I tried so much to make it, work. The thing was not coming. A colleague teacher came to assist. The thing was not coming up. A class 6 boy, grade 6 boy, got up, came, hit some few keyboards, key items on my keyboard, and boom, the thing projected.
Wow.
That is the day I felt so low and humble.
Wow.
That is the day I felt that, look, I am not just dealing with learners, I'm dealing with people who are superior.
Yeah, yeah.
And for that matter, I don't have to lord over them. I must be there to learn. So I asked him, what did you do? And so I did it and I did that and that. I said, wow. In fact, the whole day I was down.
Yeah.
Because it changed my perspective and view and perception about my role as a teacher. Then you also said that behavior outcome is a joint effort.
Yeah, yeah.
You think you know it all.
No.
You think you the classroom you are managing, you think that is all. You think that the behavior you're looking for is just like a click that you download it into your learners. No. You must be a role model. You must model the behavior you expect to see in your classroom. So if you are not modeling the behavior you expect to see in your classroom, then you will never get that.
Wow.
You will never get that. So the floor is open now. Tell us the challenges in your classroom. Tell us the challenges in your classroom. We will end very soon. We want just 1 or 2 questions or 3, maximum of 4, because Mr. Victory has something to do. What is your question? Go to the chat room. You can put it there. You can put your question at the chat room. I'll read it for Mr. Victory, and we talk about it. Someone says, is there a way we could get a recording after? Well, some of us were late. I think Mr. Victory will talk about it. Very educative and instructive. Please, we need more of this engagement. Definitely. So please go to the chat room. Tell us the scenario in your classroom. Tell us the challenges you have in your classroom.
Please, can we talk?
Sure, you can unmute, please.
Right.
Yes, this is Benjamin on the line.
All right.
Great.
That's fine. It's a very great and wonderful presentation out there. You know, there's this class teacher in my school, and he was complaining to the head teacher. Oh, head teacher, you have given me my stubborn children. Almost all the stubborn children in my class. I was like, wow. Do you think so? Do you think the head teacher did so? No. Let's all find ways and means to do what? To address this problem. And he was like, I've done my best. And I said, well, relax. Let us put our heads together. Let us try hard and come out with 1 or 2 things to help you. You see, so one of them that you just said, the last was a behavior outcome is a joint effort. So if they are going to come out with a good behavior, though you are the class teacher, but we are all in the school, come out. Let the PLC coordinator get to know of this. That is the curriculum leader. Let's get some resources online. How are we going to do it? How can we solve some of these problems? Then we
Okay, I think I lost him there.
Yes, I think we lost him.
Okay.
But I have some few questions in the chat room for you if you are ready.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, someone, Esther is saying that, how can I bring classroom? Hello, Mr. Wisdom.
Please just mute your mind so that we can hear ourselves. Mr. Michael,
Okay.
you can go on now.
Yes, Esther is saying that, how can I bring classroom management into my online classroom because I teach virtually?
Okay.
How do we?
Okay,
yes.
now that's very, very simple and interesting. In fact, you understand that to me, it's very easy. It's easier to bring classroom management into virtual classes than offline because of technology. Now, apply these same principles, the principle of trust, the principle of community management, the principles of learning stimulating environment. Now, before you start your class, the students are signing into the platform. If it's virtual video class, maybe Zoom or anything. If the children come into class 10 minutes before you, what would they see? Like, what would they see on the screen? Are they going to just see a blank screen or see the teacher's face? What would they see? Can they see a cartoon, depends on their age, to watch that will kind of introduce your lesson? What will you be doing to capture their attention? Can they see a kind of a short video clip, a commentary? Can they see something that will strike a chord in them that will keep them down? So you should be able to also imbibe these three principles. The principle of trust. Of course, they must trust you. And of course, you can easily control your platform using, the keys, the mutes, and everything.
Wow. Hello.
So I think that's.
I lost. No, I lost you. I was talking and I thought I was online.
Oh, sorry. And we're answering another question. Please let's finish this question. Sorry.
Okay, sir. Okay,
yeah,
sir.
Thank you. We appreciate it. So like I said, Esther, your students, they will be able to love you, enjoy your class if they trust you, if you have community management, involve them, talk about some of these issues you have. If you need better guidance, you can maybe chat us up. I don't know if you're in Nigeria or Ghana. If you're in Ghana, reach out to Mr. Michael. He will connect you with me. We can guide you on. So this is a specialized area. This is a specialized area in the teaching area. Or teaching virtually is a specialized one. I did a training for some teachers in, I think in Singapore some time ago on virtual training, and it's a specialized thing. We can always get something for you in that area. Thank you. Mr. Michael, can we take
Great.
one?
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Yes, the next question is, yes.
Okay, hello.
Please go on.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Victory. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. I really appreciate it today. Yeah, my question is this. I also teach online. I have a particular learner in US, and then this was a learner that could not really read nor write when I first started with him. Then as time goes on, he's doing well, but the mother is not seeing it. Anytime the mother is around, the boy will not, he's not always himself. He's always watching what's the next action. With my mom beats me. So even though you know this question or not, this boy will not talk. Because the mother is always ready to scold him, to yell at him, to even beat. There was a time he beat this boy. I had no choice. After crying, I just have to log out for that day because I don't even know what to teach this boy again. The boy now sees me as someone that he can rely on than the mother. Now, another thing now is this, that at times, children, just like the ones we have at home, that they want to do, they want to elect, this boy write. I don't want to write. I want to watch. No, let's do this first. We do. So I'm scared of reporting him to the mother or to call his name and say right, because the mother will come again with beating, with scolding, with a lot of things. So in such a situation, what can the teacher do?
All right. It's a very simple thing. You are teaching at international level, and this is why in every attempt, I don't know if have you taught an international school physically? Have you taught before?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Now, at international schools, most international schools, they will have a section for parents. That's why you see one of these, not just to put there, is involve parents. You can't do it alone. These children, you are only an in-local parenthesis to them. You're not their parents. Involve their parents in anything you're doing. Let their parents have same understanding as you. So in this case, I advise you have a section with the parents and listen to what the parents have to say. Let the parent know how this child is learning. Let the parent know the steps you are taking. Let the parent know where you are going through. I believe if the parent is in the picture of the process, he will be able to adjust along with you.
Yeah, sorry to say, all these things have been done because the school I work with online, they've called the mother. There was a time I made a record of what was happening in my classroom when the mother was there. That if it was even the mother that called up the class herself because of the yelling and beating of the child. So even in the monthly reports that we do write, I do indicate it there. If you can give the child a time to do this or to do that, but still the mother wouldn't. She still wants to yell at the child, babe, you are not writing. This. I was like, I thought it's only there in Africa we do this. I don't know they do this also in abroad. So
in case
what can you do?
Case like that, like I said, you still, I think, you are not a psychologist. I don't know if, are you a psychologist?
No, I'm not.
You may have to, a psychologist may have to help the mother. Honestly, she really will need a psychologist to help her understand how these children learn, to understand that an adult and a child, they are two different worlds entirely. So maybe you discuss with your company or with your organization to help her with a psychologist, have a section with her so that she can better understand and ease your burden. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Victor, I have this big question.
Yeah.
Okay, Emmanuel, please come in.
Okay, good evening. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please. I'll keep it short. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Emmanuel Beidi from Nigeria. I have a very interesting question to give, but before I do that, I want to make something known to all of us here. Now, before we know that classroom management has always been a means to teaching ends, but because of this training now, we have been exposed that even the teaching process itself is also classroom management. I know most of us here, we may be thinking that classroom management is just about the disposition of the students in the classroom, but no, there is a shift now. That belief has been extended for the fact that you said the way your class is silenced does not determine if there is any active teaching and learning that is taking place. However, my question is that during my times in a secondary school where I teach before, there's a particular parent who end up coming to school to fight the teacher concerning his son, because the son is a timid type who does not want to give him all the ability to the learning and teaching process in the classroom. And so if a teacher wants to show concern towards the child will end up going home to misinterpret the situation to the mother. And the next day, the mother will come to the school and then starts ranting and saying they should not touch the child. The child should be allowed to do whatever he wants to do. So in that situation, what do you do in that kind of situation? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. This is a very interesting thing that you understand. Like I said earlier, you are only an local parenthesis to these children. Now, collaboration, bring in management staff, bring in the management of the school, bring in other teachers involved in that teaching that child. I believe by the time you involve the management, the leaders, head teachers, curriculum leaders, and your head of departments into that issue, they will be able to, like I said, talk to that parent. We've had parents who have been very abusive to even to teachers, but the management sits them down. It's not just here, everywhere. In Nigeria, Ghana, I'm sure Mr. Michael have engaged some of them in Ghana. They're everywhere. Parents are like that. So it's important you talk it over. We always emphasize constructive communication towards that goal. And as much as you can, keep it open and involve other people. I'm sure that will help to resolve such issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Victory, from Felicia here. Okay, Mr. Wisdom, please go on it now.
Yeah, good evening. The technology bit of it. Now, as a teacher who has been in the system for some time now, there is this reform that was implemented somewhere in Ghana, somewhere 2019. And then when you watch, they said the common competence, there is the digital literacy aspect and the technology aspect. Now, we are in an age where there is a lot of information available to our learners and we the facilitators as well. But then most of us are not ready to grab the opportunity of giving ourselves the chance to also get acquainted with this technological advancement. So I just want to say that we must be ready. Like we must also open up ourselves as facilitators so as to help our learners. Right now, there is AI all over the place. On Snapchat, there is AI. On WhatsApp, there is AI. On Facebook, there is AI. Our learners go to those places to go and watch Kirikou and the rest, but then they don't know that whatever they learn in the class is there as well, that they can actually just type it in and then have access to such information. So I want to encourage all of us here as facilitators to also pay attention to those things, because right now the materials online around us is what mostly influence our learners. You may come to the class is noisy. What are they doing? When you listen closely, you realize that they are discussing a program on TV instead of discussing something related to what we are doing in the classrooms. So I want to encourage us. And then, Mr. Victory, thank you for the insights given us this evening. And then I pray that we will have more of these engagements so that we can improve upon whatever we do in our classrooms. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wisdom.
Wow.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That's great. That's great. But we have a WhatsApp group that, I don't know, Mr. Wisdom, are you on our WhatsApp page?
Prime Choice. I'm on one of the Prime Choice platforms.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we are taking one last question, and I'm reading the question from the chat room. Will end. More sessions will come. So I know if you have questions, more sessions will come. Let me just attend to some questions in the chat room. I can't leave them hanging, please. Mr. Victor, someone said, I have a class of 63 pupils and assessment is very difficult. How do I handle them with classroom management? You know, the numbers has always been a big issue and has always been a threat. So 63 in class, how do I manage them? That's the last question that will end the session. More sessions will come in the course of the month. Yes.
I think I want to help the one who asked this question.
Oh, you want to respond?
Yes, please.
Okay, maybe in 1 minute before Mr. Victor will come.
All right.
In. Please.
All right. Now, the integration of technology will help him or her very well. Very, very well. There are so many platforms. Example is So Creative, where you set questions like 2 or 3. Let me say some small amount of question. All right, that when you have at your disposal with maybe some machines or computers, even their normal WhatsApp phones or Android phones will help. You have an account as a teacher. They log in with the code, and there you give them the assignment, and it marks automatically for you. And it's not as if somebody will come and inspect that where is your exercise or assignment that you give to the children. It's online, and it saves everything for you. It doesn't move, it doesn't delete, and it's not like as if you don't have a full or premium account, so it will go off. No, you have account and everything is there. So I think it will help. This integration of technology is really helping a lot. So once you have that large class, it will help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please, Mr. Victory, can you come in?
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate what Mr. Benjamin has contributed. However, you understand that we in Africa here, we are still evolving in technology-wise. And how many children can afford that technology? How many children can afford? How many children can afford to have gadgets in your schools? So I think it's important we strike the balance in both ends now. Yes, very, very, very important we strike the balance. Now, for me, I always advise teachers and encourage teachers, do not give questions you cannot mark. If you have 63 students in your class, if it's one question each, give. Just one question each, do it. Don't go and give 10 questions. You want to become an expert. Remember, our activity does not equate productivity. Can you hear me loud and clear? Activity does not equate productivity. No. Productivity, activity, they are two different things entirely. So if the fact that these students are just packing assignment, how will you mark them? How will you mark them? It's not realistic. So please, for your own safety and ease of work, give assignments you can mark. If you have 63 children, which is not normal, maximum classroom size for Nigeria is 30. some schools even 20. I know of some schools that their maximum classroom is 15, but officially in Nigeria, we take up to 30 in a classroom. In some school, depends on the individual private schools or public schools, have their different rules. And I'm sure same thing applies to Ghana. So not having 63, you may have to talk to your school leaders to split your class into 2 for efficiency. However, in the meantime, please do what you can. Now, in managing such large crowd, you have to go an extra mile. You have to do an extra mile, extra walk, extra, standing up, just extra work, a little bit extra. Now, one secret I want to share with you that can help you is apply this cluster management system. Cluster management system for those who have large classes. What do you mean by cluster management system? In Nigeria, during your NYSC, there's what we call platoons. Platoons. Have you wondered how they're able to manage such large crowd on your National Youth Service? I don't know how you do your own in Ghana, but in Nigeria, you have to call platoons. These are clusters. You have 63, put them in 4 clusters, maybe 12 in a cluster. Put a cluster leader amongst them. Don't just have a one single class rep. No, put cluster leaders, cluster presidents, give them big title, good title, so that I'm the cluster president, I'm the cluster coordinator, I'm a silver cluster coordinator, I am bronze cluster coordinator, I am a achievers cluster coordinator, I am a goal getters cluster coordinator. Give them very good title. I will blow their head off. And when the leader knows that my retaining this title is depending on the behavior of my cluster, he will behave, he will put them under control better. I'm just talking for those, you are cluster president, Mr. Christopher, thank you. So you see that you're able to manage them and then you're able to get them going. But using technology is good if the means is there. If the means is not there, devise another means. Thank you very much. I think there was one more question from somebody else on the chat. I want to quickly take that. Sorry, somebody asked. He said he discovered that when he teach calculations courses, the students follow. But when he teach normal explanation course, the students having difficulty in following that. It's a very simple thing. I think it's your area of strength and weakness that is playing out. Now, please let me quickly explain this to us as teachers. Anything, whatever you see in these children, is a direct reflection of you. Please always see yourself, see your strengths and weaknesses in the life of these children. Their performances, their behavior is just a mirror. It's only mirroring your life. It's only mirroring yourself. So I think what we should do is to help work on these children. Yeah, work on yourself. It reflects that you teach calculation courses better than you teach non-calculation courses. That's what it simply means. There is no anything. There's no spiritual implication. There's nothing there.
Hello.
You work on yourself to teach. Find a way to now know how to teach non-calculation courses or topics in a way that you will also get them engaged. I think that will really help you. But if you can't, don't kill yourself. Just work on your strengths, emphasize on your strengths, make your strength better and stronger, and you'll be good. Thank you so much.
Wow,
Okay.
that's so deep. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Michael. Unmute yourself. Sorry, it was an error.
Okay,
thank you.
That's great.
Hello,
Thank
can I
you
come in?
so much.
Hello.
Our time has really elapsed. I don't know, Mr. Victory. We
Please,
can't take any more questions, no?
please. I'm already late for a meeting. Sorry, I'm already late for a meeting. I should get a meeting running now. Please, I'm sorry.
We are so
But
sorry.
if you're on the group, I'm on that group. You can drop a voice note. I think Mr. Michael dropped the link to the group.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
shared the WhatsApp group.
Yes,
Yeah, we please join the WhatsApp group and post your question. Mr. Victory will respond
I'm
to you.
there. I will respond to you. This night, I will respond to all questions.
Wonderful.
So much.
And
Please.
also, I have shared a Google form link for you to click on the link and apply for your certificate. If you don't follow that link and you come to the WhatsApp group and ask for the certificate, please will not respond. I've shared the form again. Click on the form, provide your name, your WhatsApp number or your email for the certificate, please click on the link. We'll work solely with the link. We are not sharing this link on the WhatsApp page because we have so many people on the WhatsApp page that probably didn't join us. So please, I am sharing the link again for your certificate. Click on the link there, provide the details, and submit it. All right. So, Mr. Victor, any last words before we end the meeting?
All right. As we end, I want to encourage teachers, like Mr. Michael said just now. You've been in this profession. You are like, let me just use it to hold myself. Sorry, let me speak pidgin. Make I use a whole body before I get better work. You've been here now for 5 years. A cornerstone is gradually becoming a stepping stone is gradually becoming a cornerstone. And you
A
think,
cornerstone.
yeah, and you think it's just like that. People, and see, I want to have people, if you are here, you have not decided to be here, then I think you are wasting your time. Because juniors will come, get license, get qualification, get experience, and they will grow. They will be above you. And you'll be there waiting to step up, waiting to get a better job. You have spent 10 years in this. Are you going to throw away 10-year experience just to go and start afresh in a neutral place? No. So my advice for you, whilst you are here, get qualifications, get license. If you are in this profession, you've not gotten a degree in education, a postgraduate diploma in education, you're wasting your time. Get a degree in education, get a license in education, get something doing, get your licenses, attend these kind of trainings, be involved. Let your spirit, soul, and body. I don't know if we're all Christians here, but let me drop this word from the Bible. Whatsoever your hand finds you to do it with all your heart. I'm a teacher, and I'm proud to be a teacher. For you to know how I love teaching, I married a teacher. And at least one of my child must be a teacher. This is how I love it. I'm proud of it. I'm making my life in it. And I'm not just a teacher. For those of you in the junior category, those still here to become teachers fully, remember, our goal is to become teachers with global relevance. And we are pursuing that. I'm just starting. Yet, at this starting stage, as at today, I was checking through my profile. I've got at least 165 different certifications as a teacher. 165. And I'm just starting. Why are you sitting there saying you are looking for a better job? 5 years, 7 years. So my word of advice to you, come in, go in full-fledged. You won't regret it. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's great. And on
Thank
that
you
note,
too.
those who took it as a stepping stone, gradually you are joining us as a cornerstone. And let me borrow one common word in Nigeria. If you are comfortable, you're not ready to take up your professional development, and you think that you are the master at your corner, they play. Keep playing. Yes, they play.
Just they play.
Yes, they play. Yes,
Just
they
they
play.
play. They play.
Yes, the junior ones will join the teaching profession very soon and still take higher salary than you. They play. Think that you are master of all, and you go and you are arguing with, I have experience. And you see, Mr. Victor, that's a very common thing.
Yeah.
Teachers argue with salary on basis of, I have 10 years teaching experience. Without not matching your qualification, just be there.
Mr. Mecca, I asked somebody recently, I said, come, are you licensed? He said, no. Said, okay, would you prefer a doctor of 20 years experience without license to a doctor of 2 years experience with license? Who would you prefer to conduct surgery on your only child? He said,
yes, they play.
2 years old doctor with license. So I said, no, the other one has 20 years experience. So, but it doesn't have, if it doesn't have license now, then a quack. I said, that means you that is teaching for 10 years, you are a quack teacher.
Yes, that is it. That is it. And
thank you very much.
That's yes, today we exceeded 50 participants. Thank you so much for dedicating your evening. And on that note, Mr. Victory, thank you so much for your time. We are very grateful. And I can see that our participants want more of that. So join the WhatsApp group and we'll have more of teamwork, because now it's better. We have Nigeria, Ghana combined. Maybe our next meeting will finally settle the beef on Ghana Jollof and Nigeria Jollof. We'll have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Good night,
bye.
everybody. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much. God bless you.
I appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming around. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yes, we will share the certificate on the WhatsApp. We will share the Mr. Victor. Are we sharing the slides on the WhatsApp page?
Yeah, I'll share the slides on the
you.
WhatsApp page and a link
Great.
to where you can watch the video once it's ready.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.